my daughter, when they're sitting, Marty, who helped us very much with discussion about the communication, which is the basic of everything. Communication between among different communities and goes on in one community. Joyce. From the young generation who confirm thinking that every generation is better than the older, with very good, fresh ideas all the time. Sylvia. Who is designer, and you can see visualized her ideas, very attractive way, and very creative person. Martin, who have very good coordinator and organization skills, also with good ideas. Simeon, everyone. The boy who talks too much and really nothing, but it's not right. He's just the dictator. All the time pushing us to be more organized and who have very nice political skills. Lady. I don't repeat myself about the young generation. You will understand in her part when she will talk about the decision about partnerships. The girl with perfect Chinese. And, Annie. The person who studied arts and had very useful ideas about arts, crafts, and interaction and partnerships between a community here and high schools apart. You will listen more afterwards. And me. So I would like just to say a few words about the process of the working our groups. I haven't appreciated which is good, bad, positives. Of course, we have some obstacles, but we work very emotional, and everyone was strength in his or her field, which is very important for every team. First, we decided just to follow the process, not just to put aim, main questions and proposals or the product in the end, just to feel what will happen. The first thing which we decided is to ask the people from local community just what they want to do, how they feel the things, because it's not workable if we say, we think for 3 days we found the hot water, like we like to say in Bulgarian, and just to listen their traditional living here, their proposals, what they think. We talk, have a lot of conversation with different people from local community, informal when we are eating or between presentation. Because it is, if we want something sustainable, it should be shared. What else about some obstacles? One of it was the, how can I say it, just not so harder in soft way, the ability to listen each other. And we have a decision from the first hour meeting to have a talking stick. When everyone wants to say something, he or she take the talking stick and all of us listen what
To the stick.
To the stick.
we decided just the first day to give to share ideas. Second day to make a summary from the first day and to upgrade the information, ideas, proposals, and the third day just to analyze the information and the structure and make presentation. Till the third day everything was okay, but in the end it was just impossible and with a talking stick. Because new ideas from everyone. In the evening, about midnight, David asked us a few times, because we are Bulgarian-speaking persons, all we wrote in Bulgarian. You should translate it. Yes, of course we did it at the midnight. And we continued and finished everything this morning. But it is because we were so motivated. Everyone helped each other, and not only in the team. We just ask help for technical computer skills with PowerPoint. Thank you, Annie. Without you, we haven't so attractive presentation about translations. And so on. We ask Frank about some decisions with pictures and others, and it is a little bit a work from everybody here in this university, not just in our team. I missed just there were about 2 persons who are not here, Vic, and also Jerry, who spared his experience traveling all over the world and getting impression from different communities. And now Simu can begin with the presentation. Afterwards, each of us, if you can just add something about the process, you can do it.
Okay, now it's my time. Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues and friends. Okay, I'm stopping there. I'm going to say a few words about Daisy. She was too shy to say about her. Thank you, Daisy, for helping us. And I want to point the moment when we had a lot of ideas, a lot of points, a lot of material, but how to make it in order and how to present it. This was the moment Daisy created a really nice structure where our group leg was moved in front. Thank you. Chiprovtsi, our logo, that Chiprovtsi have a potential, have opportunities, and to look at that through the reality. So what's really possible? Our goals. Okay. We have created some goals which we want to meet with the seminarium created. Exchange of knowledge and skills between traditional and new communities. That's not thought to come here for 3 days and to say you should do that, that, and that. It's great. It's an idea. It's something to do, but really it is the needed thing. Really, it is the best way to do things. And as well, we have found that we can learn even more from the local community. Many new ideas, many ways of doing things in even a better way. So this exchange, this communication is our first goal as the basis of all other goals. Establishing networks and partnerships. Through this process, we are interested in establishing all the networks. So each part of the network have its role and it's important, just important. Organizing and carrying out mixed communication courses. Many times, older people and younger people, where is Marie? Sorry? Where? Thank you for your lecture. It was really helpful for us. And yes, this goal is really based on what you said. We believe that to find the best solution, the issue, the matter should be looked from the different sides. Older people who have a knowledge which younger don't, and younger people who have some ideas and vision that is maybe a little bit time out for other people. So combining this, the idea is getting better. Legs back the prejudices and fears having fun. Afterwards, my wonderful dictatorship, great system which can see is working. Good thing. After I've had to worry about some tries to destabilize my system, so fun is helping always. Local sources. In order to decide why Chiprovtsi, why here, how here, and what we actually have, we take some steps to find what are our sources, what we have here. So Chiprovtsi, Chiprovtchani, guardians of traditions. Here you can find so many traditions, so many preserved from the past, and this you cannot find in other places. This is only here, and this is a specific here. So from our ideas is to use this resource, and it's a great. This is the reason it's on the first place. It's a really great resource. Carpets. Carpets are getting known all over the world. UNESCO helps. Thank you, UNESCO. They're happy. However, we should help each other as well. So all of us have to know how valuable is the Chiprovtsi carpet. It's really big thing. Tourism. This region is still young in the tourism, but with great opportunities. We have the nature, we have the culture, we have great weather. Great weather, we have great weather. So in the future, it's one of the things would be really, we can really work with this and improve this. Agriculture. Here we have we are lucky to breathe real oxygen, really nice, in a really nice way. For agriculture, clean environment is extremely important. And what we have seen here, I hope everyone had an opportunity to go somewhere and to check if the nature is clean enough. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm happy. You agree? And here it could be created to here are they cannot be created. Here are wonderful gardens, and could be we can look at the process, how to do this and how and where it's going. Mining. It's something that was the main source of money here in Chiprovtsi, and although as mining itself is done, it's in the past, this source could be used for other different things which are going to be said in this presentation. Next, please. Okay, here we have separated, this is the structure here, we have separated the tourism. What exactly could we do with tourism? So don't just say, oh wow, let's do tourism. No. The exact idea is recognizable destination. In order to have many tourists, in order to have tourists all the time and not only for a particular event, it has to be a recognizable destination. It's fashion, and many things nowadays is a fashion, and brand, and name, and again. So, recognizable destination. Work with local hoteliers and restaurateurs through the prism of service. Yeah, exactly. Many students go to university and study how to do things on the book, but when you go on the field, everything changes. Because the situations, not all possible situations are in the books. And for other side, people who are dealing with service of tourists sometimes have missed to look at some ideas or were not able at the time to go to university. So these students just can bring some ideas which could be used if there is interested enough. So in both ways, students learn from hoteliers and restaurateurs, and they receive ideas from the students. Attractions and development, specialized type of tourism. As more thing you have to do, that long time you can stay. So just for example, if you have horse riding, it could bring many people who love that. You have the nature, you have all other parts of these kind of events. You can have, probably it should be studied longer, if there is good wind, for example, for windsurf, or no windsurf, but could you help me, Teddy, what kind of sport was that with parachuting? Oh, yeah?
Paragliding?
Paraplanning.
Paragliding.
Thanks.
Paragliding.
So paraplanning and other different ways of resting, spa, and etc. etc. Marking hiking trails. In order people to be able to go safely to the mountain, we have to create safety trails. Everyone has to know where is exactly this time, and not to go where, and just to make some order in the path, and thinking about our tourists and them safe, and them to be safety. We want them back. As I told, mining. What we thought, what can we really do with this source? This is something we have. This is something is here, and this is something with traditions here, because it's not from the last 50 years, but it's much longer history about mining in Chiprovtsi. And something like museum, the Road of the Gold, just example of the name, is something which could also bring tourists. Just for example, in Poland there is an old salt mine, and this attraction brings people all over from Poland and from the world in the really small village place, which is not so close to a big city. And there is remained only because of this mine village, salt mine. So I believe here is absolutely possible this. Agriculture. What's possible? Plant crops or natural, guys. Medicine plants. It's at this time it's down here. We have the garden near the school. We have many herbs in each Chiprovtsi garden. And traditional food. So this idea, this is a really interesting idea. Traditional food is combined with tourism as well. We believe that other people in the city have some recipes that are not known around Bulgaria, even around younger people. And this is attraction. You can try it only here, you can find it only here, and you can learn about this only here in Chiprovtsi. Exchange ideas with other communities. Around Bulgaria there are many different communities who are doing agricultures in different way. So, for example, permacultures, as far as I know, as far as I remember and know, of course, from the Phillips lecture, when you have good soil, you can do really great garden. This is just another way of doing things. Is it better or no? Here I believe it could be compared because of the natural resource we have. Organic agriculture. I really dislike these organic, so you cannot look at that, just agriculture like because organic, what is organic? It's really doing things without chemistry, without things which are actually bad for us. And personally, I like tomatoes which are not in great shape, yeah, which are not in great shape, but taste wonderful. Also, they look strange and things like that. And unfortunately, Neri is not here. She's a representative of slow food movement. It's every day we are running, we are eating really bad things. I don't like to think what I actually eat, but this movement is. This movement's goal is to learn how to eat in a better way, not actually slow, but better, and to have a better life through eating, with eating. Yeah. What we can do with carpets? This wonderful resource also could be developed. So demonstrations, education, the way of the carpet, and workshops. All these points could be combined because once you see how it's done, you could probably want to learn how it's done. Then you have workshops where you can do it by yourself, to touch the culture, to touch the history, to touch the history, to touch all this process. And the way of the carpet is a wonderful story which can conclude all the steps before. One, events. When we eat a few days ago in Chiprovtsi, the owner of the house of guests told us, okay, we have tourists, we have them for a while, sometime more, sometime less. But it actually makes our life harder because we cannot predict what is going to happen, and we are not ready. And when we don't have time to be ready, this surprising make that the service is not good enough, good as we want to be. And this when we want to give the best quality service. So through the events we can bring people will see the place, people will popularize the place, and people will bring here money, at least that's money, and of course ideas, opinions. Connection between different educational organizations connected with art. Here helps us Anya a lot. Oh, this idea is to bring people from art studies. We have all this colorful nature, we have traditions and culture already here. So through this exchange could help us to improve the region as well. Proposing particular lectures and green schools in the towns. I was surprised to learn that many kids do not know what is sheep. I'm happy man that I have my village place, so I know these things, what is actually a cow, how it works, and yeah, what is a bee, and how you feel when you have connection with V and all those things. Yeah, so bringing these people here can show them those which is in the book as well. Organizing events were certified. Everyone likes to show on the wall what I was there and I have this skill and so certificate is the way to motivate, thank you, to motivate people to give the best and then when get home to show, oh look what I did, and to feel happy with that, to feel that they receive this knowledge and they have it.
To help them get better jobs.
Yeah, probably better jobs and improve them.
We know what team building is.
Yeah.
Really, I want to say something about team building. We have today's team building, so it works. We have tried this point.
Actually, we have no team building.
It was team building. Next one. And now I want to ask Sylvia as a designer to explain us a little bit about some
First of all, about the events, the main idea is not only to have events here. Last year we were talking about heritage. Yeah. This year we are talking about share. And the main idea is that when some new people came here, creative people, they will bring something which is trendy. We were talking about trends and so on and so on. And people will see what is happening in the world. First of all, not only in Bulgaria, not only in the local community and so on. They will know what is happening with this, what are they doing actually. How these elements are useful, and they can be everywhere, I mean, everywhere. And to create events, it's the best way to make advertisement is to make it with members and good members. You know, everyone when we live here, we will talk about this, I think so, to a lot of people, and they will know what was our feeling. It's pure and clear because it's not advertisement on the television, it's not like this. I'm like this now, but when I'm not here, I will be more calm and so on and so on. So the place is amazing because, see, look what is happening here. There is a lot of art and maybe a lot of inspiration because people are working here and they're making amazing things. So if we bring some artists, they will have the connection with the others and they can share, for sure they can share. And art can grow as much as is now because when you have the connection, all the festivals and events, they're happening in the big cities, but there is not the same. When I came the first day here, I was really tired. The second one, again. But after that, I was like I was cleaning myself here because of the nature, because of the air, because of the people, because of the idea, because of the community that we make with everything that we want to change. And yeah, this is my idea. We have to represent the things by our way, with a lot of connection with artists and creative people. And people here, they will know how they will have another ideas because of the young people and the other nations, and they can put it on their work first of all. And the other thing is that they will appreciate the place because they don't know what they have. We're forgetting this kind of things. And I've chosen this one because it's, yeah, naked. But it's beautiful. Yeah, it's really beautiful. I like this. But, yeah. And you can put all these elements in the modern life with people who will appreciate it really. And young people, they're traveling a lot, so they can share this. And when you have it in your home, in your day, you're making good advertisement with this kind of things. Next slide. Yeah, this is one design week which is happening in Plovdiv. It was maybe 2 weeks before. So there was the first slide is from there, the other one is from internet, I don't know. But when we're making some daily markets or night markets, we can share food, we can share the ideas, we can share the recipe, and we can involve something new in our culture and our way of culture of
Yeah, food culture.
yeah, нахранене.
Yeah.
Eating, yeah. And you can see here can be spot of life. People need some fun, and they're in the places where there's a lot of fun. You know, people are laughing and they're happy. They're sharing. They're talking. There is music. People are singing as we were doing almost every night. We can find some different culture to have some favorite, to make some new friends like Jeremy. We can travel, and I think that this is really important part of Chiprovtsi because we have nature, we can work outside, we can have clear minds, and we can share. So next slide.
And the less important people are
I'm not joking with the old people. For sure, this is not a bad joke or something like this. I just I'm really impressed by Frank because he's really good mentor. He was our mentor last year, and this year we were getting amazing mentors. But yeah, he talked about the superheroes. I was thinking for something like Santa Wood or some kind of happy person which children knows, and they're going and he's giving them bomboni.
Candy.
Bomboni,
Candy.
and they want to know something from him. They can have the relation if the children doesn't have a village or something like this. They can могат да си имат внучене заедно. Това ви предложи тя. И те да.
They have borrow grandchild.
It's like a rented grandmother.
It's connection between the generations. In our group, we're different generations, but I'm inspired a lot of Ghana's children. They're like old people in young bodies. They're so clever and amazing, really amazing. So, because therefore, you know, she's supporting the heritage somehow, and she's caring about this. Yeah, next slide. This is some kind of not the same elements, but it can be put on the design of the furnitures. When I was making my diploma work.
Yeah, thesis.
It was the first year when I was here, and after that.
Master or?
Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah. And when I come back, it was my Shtastlivetsa. Yeah, and I decided to make some kind of eco design in not only in the Bulgarian home, but to put some elements from our culture everywhere, like like everywhere. No, but the culture. And there is many possibility about this, so we can use it everywhere to share and to make good advertisement with everything. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going to read because I'm not really ready. Here's something like McDonald's, cheap McDonald's, which is healthy, and I think it can be well than the junk food we're eating. Maybe, okay, I'll start from the beginning. So, part of our events are geared towards food, culture, and Chiprovtsi. By implementing the bazaars, we will find the opportunity to meet different communities with local production. By the irony in the image, we want to show that junk food such as McDonald's can be turned into something useful for our generation and the whole population of the world. So we think that this can happen because here in Chiprovtsi produce many useful products such as cheese, milk, honey and others. I think that if this happens, local people will be able to adapt more easily here.
Eddie is now going to do this one to read.
About the partnerships. The first time I went to China was like 2 years ago, something like that. I met a Chinese girl who studied Bulgarian language at the Beijing University, BFSU. It's short for Beijing Foreign Studies University. And she told me that a couple of years earlier, she came to Bulgaria and she saw what a beautiful country we have, and she fell in love with our culture, the people, everything. And that's why she started to learn Bulgarian language. She told me that she would love to come back, but it is really hard to find a program with which for her to realize her dreams. So what we think is that it will be a really good idea if a connection is made between Beijing's University, BFSU, and Chiprovtsi, so that students from that university could come here and they could practice their Bulgarian language, they could see the culture, and it will be, I think, great for them. It will be a really great learning opportunity for Chinese students who love Bulgarian language and culture. And as you can see in the presentation, it's not only for Chinese students. Strengthening relationships with French educational and cultural institutions, further training of Bulgarian and foreign students, and exchange of experiences between communities, partnerships entwining with cities abroad. So,
So, these ideas are very good, but how can we realize them? The one idea is to create so-called seminarium, which will help all these good ideas become true. First of all, this seminarium should, going to competent institutions, to the local authorities, and to help all these things to have some material experience, like money, buying money, and finding methods to do it and to become true. Of course, nothing can happen without partners, without experts, so we will try to attract them here, like us, like partners like us, that can help with their experience, with their knowledge, and with their energy. But nothing can happen actually without local people have training to have their own knowledge. So that center, that seminarium will help the people to learn how to do this, how to become hoteliers, how to run a restaurant, or how to teach tourists some new things. Very important part of this are the volunteers, because they have energy, they have their own experience, they have new ideas, and I think that we are volunteers here, and we learn many things from it, from our experience here, and this is a typical win-win situation. So people come here, help the place, help the people, and people help them. Yes. Well, our idea is that this seminarium should act as a bridge between all the parties of this game, between the local people, the local community, between the authorities, between the customers, the visitors, and so on. And what's really important in this situation is that this center has to help people help themselves, not just to push them to do something and say, yeah, it should be one very nice agricultural center or something like that, but to learn them how to help themselves and just to give them the push, the initial, not push, but the initial impulse so that they can run this by themselves and to I don't know, to begin running this in the future even without us. And something that came on my mind just minutes ago is that a real advantage of Chiprovtsi is that Chiprovtsi is still free. That means it is not ski center, it's not agricultural center, it's not architecture preserve or something like that. It's free. So it can choose its own way and its own direction, free of load of something that is here before, like it's on another place, other places. So we can choose the best direction now, what is by the conditions that are present now, and yeah, it's still free to choose its way.
Something to add about this. We missed in our presentation that the most richness here are the people. And the people of Chiprovtsi, Chiprovtchani, should be a part of it. If they are not, it wouldn't happen, which Martin said. And we have maybe about 80 or 100 ideas, more than this year, which we have no time. But to connect the people material way, just with a demonstration hall for exhibition, interactive expositions like way of milk and other for degustation, people just to try the things, to meet people who produce these products to buy, and the people will be motivated to do it because they will sell their crafts, their food, and this is the way that it will work. Also, just when we talk about this museum of way of gold, law buying. This is which we do because we talk about what actions can we do here, what we can do really, not just talking everywhere, but afterwards nothing. And all of the things which we presented, we try to be realistic. How, with those bullets, we should make them a part of Chiprovtsi, not just another year talking about something. We should try for the next years with the bazaars that Sylvia said. She had connections. All of us, I have students who study tourism. They should be volunteers with marking touristic trails and so and so. What we said, just realistic.
In the near future. Yeah, this is
Ти специално излезе отпред да говориш по телефона? Кажи го зумвам.
Do we have one more group?
What happens without our group or what?
Човек ти говореше по
Ah.